Previously on Space Engineers. I was able to access the oxygen bottles, so I assume these conveyors lead towards an active oxygen system. Ugh, don't go down there. I went down there. Fly, 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 fly. And now the continuation. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Pay dirt. Large reactor. So that's what's keeping this boat afloat right now. It may in fact be that one reactor that's still online. Let's check for damage. Nope, totally undamaged. It's hard to tell if it's still hooked up to an active conveyor system. I mean, the block's right there. It doesn't look like it's touching anything else. Close that off so I don't fall. Yeah, cut it. I'm just gonna load the uranium manually for the time being. Which means fence that off so I don't fall into the spiders. Alright, perfect. Here. I may have to move that inboard at some point, because it occurs to me now that this is a lot of extra crap that I could deal with by simply cutting right off the ship. There we go. Why am I falling? Ah! Wait a minute, did the... That was the spider, wasn't it? Oh, there's an oxygen bottle right there. Okay, I can't fret about this right now. There's really nothing else for it. I'm gonna have to get some weapons going. I gotta arm this ship. Just build a little quick ramp right there. There, just so I can get back at what I'm doing. Slice right through here. Energy's getting a bit low, that's okay. What's this? Bingo! Pay dirt! Oxygen generator. That's what I need. Just gonna excavate around it. It's undamaged, right? Yeah, it's perfect. That one's perfect. Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna trace that. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I've got a little bit of suit energy left. I'm just gonna trace that out real quick, because maybe I can save myself a bit of hassle. Not much energy left. Okay, that just goes straight up. Which means... Bingo, yep, terminates right there. What if... No, you know what? I was just thinking to myself, if I build some tubes and make like an elaborate tube network, then I wouldn't have to move the oxygen generator around. Come on. You want me to weld these up? I will. No. But I think it's just going to be simplest and, frankly, safest for all of us if I just move the entire oxygen generator. So I'm going to make that my final mission for today. After I recharge my everything. Simply head up to medical room, hold the T button. Full health. Just keep it mashed down. I could also sit in the cockpit and restore my health and energy that way, which is convenient, but this works just as well. All right, there we go. I've got a little bit of room left in my inventory, so I'll just cut this door down. There we go. Large thruster, well, that can go. Just gonna actually feed all of this to the assembler, because I have no shortage of bits that I can take. I'll hang on to those, but I can break that crap down and hopefully make something a little more useful out of it. So like I said, what I'm gonna need is hydrogen. I'm going to need a hydrogen thrust system, which is gonna be a little tricky to make. It'll fortunately be less tricky as time goes on when I get some base defenses set up. Let's make this place look a little bit nicer. There we go. I forgot I gotta go out the back door to access all the cool stuff. Oh right, so I need to build a hydrogen support system. These standard thrusters that were, yeah, those things, operate just from electricity and nothing else. The hydrogen system uses hydrogen bottles out of a hydrogen tank, which in short means I need to connect them all via a conveyor system. So, in short, I'm gonna have to, I think, set up the tank in that big hangar area out at the front of the ship and set up a kind of a conveyor network for, at the very least, downward-facing thrusters. All I have to do is get off this planet. And once I do, my normal thrusters can take over. So I essentially just need some large thrusters pointing straight down. And once I get out into space, I just need some of the basic thrusters pointing to the sides and whatnot. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. I'm just trying to plan this ahead a little bit so that I don't have to wander so much. But thankfully, I do have quite a lot of ice, like a surprising amount, that was pre-loaded in the oxygen tank. That's going to make things a little bit simpler for me. Oxygen farm, oxygen tank, oxygen generator. Here we go. It's a little bit tricky because I need to make sure those little doors that are on everything line up with some part of... Because essentially, if those doors that you see on the side don't touch each other, then the system isn't connected. So I'm just kind of spinning this around. Yeah, it looks like... Damn it. It looks like they're only on the front and the back. So, alright, so I'm gonna drop it there anyway. Build that back up. So that's in place, but now I'm gonna have to connect them from the back. And I suspect I will need... Oof, not much hydrogen left. Need a couple of these. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Phew. There we go. A little bit of hydrogen left. Okay, there's my assembler. So all I need to do is grab the curved tube, grab a straight tube, plug the tube into the back of the assembler. Bam. Build that in right there. Put another curve right here. Perfect. Just build that as a little bridge, and then take a straight piece, install it right there. Lights are yellow, that means we're good to go. So oxygen's now connected to the assembler, and the assembler is physically interacting with the cargo container, meaning I have a complete setup right there, ready to go. It's a little bit vulnerable. It's not the sort of setup I would have in a firefight, but this is essentially just a stationary base now, so it's pretty much perfect the way it is. Now, if I'm right, yes. The oxygen generator, because it's part of the network now, sees things that it needs. It sees the ice, it sees the oxygen bottles, pulls them all in. Automatically. I could drop some empty oxygen bottles in there and they'll fill up automatically. It's just very, very ideal, having them all interconnected like that. Takes a lot of the guesswork out. Now, one final thing I'm gonna do, because it's gonna take a little bit of time, is I hit disassembling, but I forgot to actually click on anything. So I'm gonna dismantle a couple of the excess oxygen bottles. Did I just do too many? I may have gone all click happy there. No, we're okay. I'm just gonna shove these in there for the time being because I'm gonna break this crap down. The same way I broke down the oxygen bottles, but the reason I broke down the oxygen bottles is because I need to put hydrogen in something, and that hydrogen is gonna go in a hydrogen bottle. And I'm probably gonna need a bunch of these. So the reason those are disappearing out of the inventory on the bottom there is that they're automatically being pulled into the oxygen refiner and being filled up with hydrogen, which is, as you might imagine, a byproduct of breaking down H2O. You get the H and you get the O. It all makes perfect sense. Disassemble all that crap. That's gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Take a look at my handiwork. Oh yes, oxygen, tons of it. Hydrogen, tons. Tons and tons and tons of hydrogen. Okay, I know I said last thing, but I'm gonna run down to my little cargo area, what will now become my fuel tank area. slash, I don't know, primary engineering or whatever. And just think about how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna close this off for sure and weld it shut. Because there are still some dangers out there that I haven't encountered yet. I alluded to it briefly. I'm really, really, really hoping that I don't encounter it. Wherever it is, whatever it is. Just get rid of some of these lights. But yeah, not worth talking about it. It's not likely to show up. Frankly, I'm more concerned about what crashed me here to begin with. But anyway, I'm talking over long. Oh, get on the ground. Almost out of hydrogen. Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately, it's huge, so might want to build some sort of catwalk maybe to get over it. I think we'll worry about that in the next episode. Because for now, I think I've got a plan going. Next time on Space Engineers. Oh, what's this? Interior turret? That should help deal with things. It's gonna take some time to move the reactor because of all the reactor components. And during that time, this whole thing's gonna have no power.